some respect. Yeah. I think it's time for reality check. Yeah, reality check. Gotta get you back on cold. Reality check. For the young and the old. Reality check. Yeah, to heal your soul. Reality check. Get ready for the show.
What's going on, Dr. Winters?
What's up? Everything is just fine. Copacetic. Just haven't been having trouble with this computer stuff,
I think they must have done some updates. I know that somebody told me that StreamYard might also have charged people more than whatever it is that we agreed to when we signed up for it. So maybe check that as well. But
they won't even put my image up.
Yeah, I see that. And I see that. You can't see. Oh, there's me. There we are. Okay, cool.
But they won't show me. Oh, they won't show me. Damn. See, Eve. You ain't got too beautiful. Now they say they're not putting any ugly nigs on the damn show. That's not fair, Eve. It's not fair. Eve. You gotta stop it. You gotta stop this. Stop it. Stop taking those beauty naps. Stop putting on that face cream every night. Stop it. Now that Karen don't even want to show old Negro.
Juices and berries.
It's all messed up. You want to play this?
Look, so I don't know if you saw this. This is Tim Walz' wife.
You can go ahead and play.
I wondered if maybe we could talk about Tim Walz' wife, and maybe we can talk about what she's talking about. I'm gonna skip to here, I think. All right.
52 days if we are turning the page. 52 days and bye-bye, Donald Trump. That's right. Now, my mom always said to me, again, we're going to turn the page. And we're going to turn the page. All right, so I'm going to be watching you. Because when
I'm sorry. This is, okay, here. This is where we want to start.
That's an important view, that people who know the value of neighbors, like we already said we did. That's an important view we have to share. Now, you probably saw that debate the other night. Yeah, that was great. And what Kamala Harris told us we had to do was we had to turn the page, right? Yeah, because we have something really exciting headed in our direction. But I kind of liked it when she did this. Turn the page. You didn't like that? Okay, so I need you to be with me and practice with me. What are we going to do? We're going to turn the page. Oh, pretty good. Do it again. We're going to turn the page. And we're going to turn the page. All right, so I'm going to be watching you. Because when I see Wisconsin, and I'm going to watch you nationally on TV because this is a pretty important place, and Minnesota helped me practice with this. You just show me this. Turn the page, right? Turn the page. And you know what else that looks like? Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Donald Trump. We are turning the page. 52 days if we are turning the page. 52 days and bye-bye, Donald Trump. That's right.
Turn the page. That's right. You're muted again.
Turn the page. What does that mean? Turn the page. I don't get it.
I think she's saying that we're going to. Well, actually, that's what I don't know, right? So the Democrats have gotten very good at not answering questions and doing these riddle things, and I wonder if it's because they don't have any faith in their constituents, the people that, are voting for them. They are expecting them to be of a lower brain cell capacity. I don't know, because I wanted to have a book so I could turn the page, because at the end of the day, is she saying that? Hold on, I need a visual. Yeah, okay, yes. Can you turn the page for the people? Can you just turn the page? All right, can you turn the page? Oh.
World class, baby, world class. We got to turn the page, move it forward. And the thing is, this is that they're just all confused, and it's all cap. It's all cap. All of this is cap.
It's all cap for sure, because to me, isn't that the point of a page? Is that you can flip it? You can go forwards, you can go back, you can go remember, you can mark the page. It's not this permanent thing that's not in stone. She didn't say we're going to put it in stone, and then for what it's worth, maybe that's an us thing. We put things in stone. We know the permanence and value of different material, I guess. But I guess that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. Are we living in a time where the norm is that people don't have original thought? They are supposed to be spoon-fed? Because did you hear her? She's talking to them. Like, to me, it sounds like she's talking to the audience like they're children. Like she's a teacher and she's just instructing and teaching. Nothing malicious about that, right? But to tell people to vote for them, but not to have any substance. No, again, they're not answering questions. Or if they do, the answers aren't any real reason that you would want to vote for them, as much as if you're cool with how things are, then yeah, go ahead and vote for them. If you wanted to change, if you wanted something different, don't vote for them. But then Kamala has said that she's not going to do anything like Joe Biden, but then she says that she can't find anything that she would do differently from Joe Biden. So I don't see that we're going to have anything different, right? It seems like we're going to have the same shit under her. But we're going to turn the page, and that is enough to make people forget about how things used to be. I don't know. I don't want to forget about low gas prices and low cost of bread and milk and the time when I could afford groceries.
But was it ever really real? See, the whole point is this: is that was it really real? Was it just like love? Remember your first love? Hell no. But anyway, in a sense, remember your first kiss? Maybe, but no, you don't remember your first love. You don't remember your first kiss. No, you remember what's happening today, because today is everything. Today is everything. Kamala Harris, her problem is this: is that she stayed in the background so long. Remember, at least in a sense, Obama, he would put his his vice president out in the public view, and so then now they're trying to play up Kamala, and I see Kamala as a hoe, one of the hoes I met when I was in college. That's what I see. That's what I see her as. I'm sorry. I see her as a big hoe.
That's probably why look, Dr. Winters, I'm not calling you a hoe, right? And I'm not calling you a hoe. I'm not calling you a hoe. But you have definitely said that, you were a numbers man, making sure that you got the numbers, got those digits.
Yeah.
So you might not remember your first kiss. The real Donald in Trump in the chat says that they remember their first kiss. I remember my first kiss. I haven't kissed a lot of different people,
And the real Donald, he said between 7 and 10, go baby. Go baby. When I was between 7 and 10, I wanted to play with my Cowboys, I had some little green soldiers, and I dare a damn girl to come around my ass. I wanted to play with my soldiers. One of my sons. I'm not gonna name him. I should. His name is. Yeah. Anyway, he was still having his little star his little figurines and stuff. And he's married and he still got his figurines and all that type of stuff.
Are they ones that are collector's items or just
just regular figurines? You know, he loved them and stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. But see, I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful that you can still have something, you know, to deal with, you know, like some women still have their dolls, you know. I
only get that if there's some tangible reason to continue to have it. I understand sentimental value, but some things, are we borderlining with the hoarding? You know, people just don't want to give certain things up, or I don't know. If there's no, go ahead.
I think it might be some sentimental value. You know, I mean, maybe, you know, you say virgin on hoarding, but the thing is, this is that I just think it's something that you like. You know,
yeah.
It's like maybe it was a doll. Maybe you had a doll that you really liked, and you know, but maybe you didn't. You know, because I was afraid with my daughter. I was afraid that maybe some of those things I bought her was going to start talking to her. You know how.
Why, is she the only girl?
Yeah, I only got one girl. That's my queen, my queen.
The little
and the thing is, this is that you know, my queen and stuff, and that's it. She's a good girl. But the thing is, this I tried not to feed her too much chicken when she was little because I didn't want her period to come early.
Right.
You know, so that maybe if she did happen to have sex, you know, because you know, once you start having a menstrual cycle, it makes you want to have sex. So I wanted to, you know, back in the 80s and 90s, they were pumping those. Remember they had chicken breasts as big as chickens for a while, and they're still pretty big, you know.
Now they're slapped with labels that say no antibiotics ever,
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, that might be concerning too.
What got me is one of the leading restaurants in New York is serving fake food. You know, food that you know, just made up,
made in a lab like that.
Yeah, food that's made in the lab and stuff, and you know, I mean, it's just that it's just outlandish what they do to us. You know, today is just a terrible time. It's you know, you always like to feel, you know, that I hear people talk about the good old days. But the good old days, they don't exist.
Well, I mean, the good old days are only whatever you remember, unless you've never been around for it. Like our good friend in the chat, the real Donald. He says that he wants to go back to like the 1700s. He wasn't here in the 1700s, but I kind of...
He wants to go back to the 1700s? Are you crazy? Are you white? The real Donald Trump, are you white?
No, not the one in the chat. I don't know if the one in the chat is... I don't know. I'm talking about the real Donald. That actual Donald Trump has said that he wants to go back to
the 1700s.
The 1700s. And he wasn't around for that. But I kind of understand it because right now America has grown soft. And maybe back in those times when you could dump your tea in the harbor, you know, maybe that's not so big and bad, but it was big and bad for that time. You know, we're not going to stand for this. We're going to dump our tea in the harbor. And that means war because, you know, that meant war at that time. So American Revolution, my thought is that the original invaders and the original inhabitants of this land, we've been fighting the whole time. It's these other people who come over and they don't think that they have to fight, or they get confused about the fight. But we're in understanding.
It's kind of very complicated. We have always been fighters. We do see that there's an we do in a sense go through this whole idea of fighting, but we also had a mental genocide. What I mean by that is that that it was always too many foundational Black Americans for white people to kill us all off.
Right.
You know, it was too many, and it was too many Aboriginals, because, you know, most of us are descendants of the Black Aboriginals. And so what we did is that we just went through a process of menticide. You got fratricide as brother killing brother, genocide, you come on race. We went through mental side, in the sense is that we killed our mind, we killed our consciousness. And by going through this process, we were able to say that we don't exist anymore. You know, that we're whatever the white man, you want to be, you're Afro-American, yeah, I'm Afro-American, yeah, I'm your Negro.
Right, right.
I'm whatever you want. Because the thing is that I don't really give a damn, you know, because see, somewhere along the line we decided that we would fight, but we would go along to get along until you pushed us too far, you see. This has always been the dilemma.
Do you think that it's a survival tactic to turn off your consciousness or your understanding of things because it's easier?
No.
You think it's cowardly?
I think in a way it's kind of no. It's mastermindish.
You're gonna have to explain that.
Okay. It's mastermindish. You know. We know the white man very well. We know how to get whatever we want from the white man. Don't ever forget that. We know how to get whatever we want from the white man. But at the same time, many of us feel that if we play a particular role, then the white man will be there to give us whatever we want.
Right. Okay.
That's complicated now, because you're saying to yourself, what the hell is Dr. Winter saying? This is what I'm saying, is that, see, the European, remember, as you say, and this is it. They came over here in 1526 and the Spanish tried to start in a sense, a colony here. The colony failed. Then in a sense, they had in a sense the lost colony of Roanoke.
Right.
They had that lost colony of Roanoke. That failed too, you see. What happened to them? They were niggers, so the niggers went with the other niggers who were the Aboriginal niggers who were the niggers who were the niggers. But then the niggers with the Aboriginal niggers became the niggers who were the niggers. But then because they were Aboriginal niggers, they were niggers. That's what happened, nigger. I know you get
now you lost them niggas. Sure. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna break it down. There was already black people here. So because there was already black people here, then these black people, in a sense, they decided maybe they would just pretend, in a sense, that they were colored people, because see, the colored people was a name that Europeans applied to the Indians. They didn't apply colored people to the descendants of Africa. They called them Negroes. But after a while, in a sense, as some sub-Saharan African slaves were freed, then they would join the colored population and live in the colored community, which is really basically, you know, black Aboriginal communities, you see. And so then,
the copper colored people are the colored people.
Yeah. The
Negro is straight continental.
Negro was a term that they called straight continental. But when the explorers came over here, they described in a sense the copper colored people. They would say copper colored, didn't say black.
They would say black?
Yeah. That's the only way. See, that's the only way that I can prove that it was black Indians, because
they felt them black.
They described them as being black.
Huh.
Like Negroes.
That is interesting.
Of course.
Very interesting.
Yeah, they always call them black like Negroes and stuff. Then they because see, copper colored, that's just a light-skinned brother or sister. You know what I mean? Back in the day.
Oh yeah, no, that part I get. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, even when you look at a penny, I think that I'm penny complected. You also seem penny complected.
I don't know. I seem darker. I was really light-skinned when I was little, but the smarter I got, the darker I got. That happened to me too. I'm not joking. Look at my
I know you've said that before too. There might be some. Honestly, if you get darker in the sun,
and I had good hair. I had good hair, and I was lighter. And then the more knowledge I got, the darker I got. And and then they used to say, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
Right.
And so then that's just it. That's just it. So the thing is, this is that what is it that we really need? What is it that we really need? And so when I look back on my when I look back in the day, because one day I was on stage and I decided I wanted to be I was an actor for a while. I said maybe I should have been an actor, but then I found that my greatest performances came from speaking. Oh, people used to love, you haven't never heard me give a good lecture, but because I would walk around the stage, I get mannerism. I was always moving because I felt if I stopped, then people would get bored. So I was always moving. And so I used to like that. I used to do what? Before I retired, I used to do at least 2 conferences a year, national or Illinois. I used to love research. That was my middle name. I loved research.
Well, yeah. And I guess Yoshi and others have given you the grandfather of research. I don't know how you feel about that or not. I think that what you've told us before about how you said that you were going to uncover, the languages, you were going to discover things
that nobody else knew.
Happened. So
I wanted to be the first. You know how like some men, they want to go and find virgins. Well, I wanted to find virgin history. I wanted to find virgin scripts. I wanted to be the first to touch it. I wanted to be the first to really feel it, and I wanted to
get your hands on it, right?
Yeah, get my hands on it, baby. Get my hand on it. Anyway, you just don't know. You don't know what it's like today to be able to deal with the research. I look at these people, and I say, you just don't know what it is to discover something new. It's probably something you like because you went to school, you became an artist, and now I think you said now you're back doing some good drawings. You've written a book. You won't really tell me the book so I can publicize your book. But the thing is, this is that
Where'd you go? You're muted.
Like Yoshi wrote 2 or 3 books.
Oh yeah, he's been on a roll getting these books out. You guys gotta go to Amazon and check his books out.
Yeah,
Bloom is definitely up there. Alkebulan Mythic Series. Did he saw that one?
But look at this. I told him, I said, send me the books. You got 63 people look at your site. I got 15,000 people on my site. Okay, yeah, I had 13,000 before I started coming online. So I got 1,000 new. I got 1,000 new subscribers. We average at least you and me, we average at least over 200 every time we do our show. So that means that so I got 1,000 new people. Out of that thousand new people, 20% are being consistent. Are being consistent viewers. And so if you got the title, give me the title, and maybe some people will buy your book. But see, Black people had this thing that they always afraid somebody gonna steal their ish. Nobody can steal your ish.
Well, that too. No, the reason that I haven't given you the title is because it is. I mean, we've published it. We've sold a few copies. But the artwork, we needed to go back into the lab. So that's basically we're kind of.
So you want to do a second edition?
Yeah, essentially that's where we are. But with Yoshi, I know he was sitting on things, and now he's just churned them out. Boom, 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 boom. A bunch of them.
He's getting plenty of books, and he's putting the books out, but nobody knows the books exist.
Right. Oh, well, let's do that real quick. Let's because I know the Alkebulan Mythic series looked really cool. There it is. Okay. let me share my screen so that you guys can see. Let me not make faces. Okay. Can you see it?
Let me see. Where is it?
Okay, almost.
Now I'm lost.
Oh no.
Let me see.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, he's got the Alkebulon mythic creatures. That looks so cool to me. And there's a Kindle version and a paperback version.
Yeah.
And no, you can't have the tablet charger. Go to bed. Go to bed. For real. You got school tomorrow.
Yeah.
But this is a book for the youth. So definitely
Yeah.
I think that people should check it out. I think that it's competitively priced. I think that it'll have a good storyline. I think that people will like it. But like you said, if they don't know about it, then how can they go support? So
It's but I understand my people. My people are very stupid. My people, they are. This is it. Eve, I can't read your mind, Eve. Can I?
no,
I can't read your mind. I don't know what you're thinking about. I don't know. Whatever you think about, that's the one thing my wife used to always say. You never know what's on somebody's mind. And yet black people are the only people who always feel there's a white man sitting beside them, or it's a white man that's gonna take their stuff, and that whatever they do, some other black person is gonna steal it from them. We're crazy. That's crazy. That's why I say we're crazy. Why are you always thinking that somebody's out to take your stuff away from you?
I mean, it's probably because we have CADES, right? The only invention that then people have is the patent office, which is a system designed to take something from you if you don't have the resources or money to back it. And then from there, if meritorious manumission has been us making their lives easier and or putting our life on the line, literally, it goes back to trauma. So we don't trust anybody because why?
A person I'm working with on her dissertation. Her dissertation is trauma, and she's doing her dissertation on trauma. So we meet once a week, and so then it is so many things, because she was the one who made me understand the double consciousness. The boys is kind of black, and then sometimes you can code switch, and sometimes you code switch to really give a better nuanced understanding of who you are and things like that. But it's kind of sad, because the thing is that if trauma is so prevalent, if trauma is so strong, then therefore, in a sense, this like when DeGruy, when she did her research on the
Slavery trauma syndrome.
Yeah, the slave trauma syndrome, and so then I'm only an educational psychologist. My research is attribution. Let me explain to you. Attribution means is, why do you do the things you do? What do you attribute your behaviors to? So that's what I'm an attributionist. Okay, then, and so then, when you create the idea, that black people are suffering from a trauma that goes back to slavery, you see, everybody out there, I'm talking to Eve, so don't listen to nothing I'm saying. So I want everybody to put their hands over their ears, and I'll tell you when to, I'll maybe do like this to tell you when to take it out. So now,
just between me and you guys plug those ears. Where'd you go?
I'm muted or something. They keep wanting to mute me. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So it's just between me and you, is this?
Okay.
Okay. So here you are. How? So damn muted me now. I forgot what I was going to say. But we were talking about
relating, attributing experiences to trauma.
Oh yeah. And so we were talking about the slave syndrome, the trauma from the slave syndrome.
Right.
Well, I would advocate that, but I don't really believe that existed. And go ahead.
I'm with you because I feel like we have a longer memory than that, right? Like 24 hours. This has only been 2 minutes. So you can't sit here and tell me that we can't remember an hour ago when, this has only been 2 minutes of our experience in a day. So, I don't know. I think a lot of people, because they haven't done the unlearning and then the relearning, maybe they just said, all right, yeah, a lot of the stuff I learned wasn't true, but then they never went and learned the truth.
Right.
So
well, see, I, as a psychologist, but I prefer to be a historian, but as a psychologist, if you're suffering from trauma,
okay.
If you were suffering from the trauma of slavery, there's no way that we could have made the accomplishments we made after the Civil War. In terms of the invention.
Can you say that again? I got
okay. What I said is that if we were suffering from trauma, there's no way that we could have made the accomplishments that we've made directly after the
slavery
Civil War,
because
up until today. Because
that would have.
Because I know when people suffer from trauma, that it's debilitating.
Right. And it is, but we've also talked about how people respond to stimuli and situations differently. You can't sit here and say, and I'm not talking about you, but people say, you're not depressed, or you're not sad, or I didn't react the same way that you're reacting, so it's not going to be taken the same way, right?
But
you lost your wife and other people have lost their wives, right?
Yeah.
So then maybe they can go to work the next day, but then you had to stay at home.
Maybe
how people respond and react.
You're correct, and I'm sorry to interrupt. You're correct, but see, that's the whole point. In terms of somebody, okay, Doorbell said, does that mean you don't trust epigenetics? I do believe that epigenetics exists, but epigenetics is just an experience, and social epigenetics is based upon the behaviors. But what I'm saying is that looking at people today who suffer from trauma, you've been around them people suffering from trauma, they're talking to themselves. Right. A lot of times if they have really bad trauma, that they're either going to go, that they may get multi-personalities, they may in a sense want to, so they can, move away from the trauma.
Yeah, right.
Cope with the trauma. And so then what I'm saying is that if black people, foundational Black Americans, if we came out of slavery with a slave traumatic experience, and that slave trauma existed, then there's no way we could have done the things we did. We would have just sat on our ass. We just sat on the plantation. But once we got out of the plantation, we started moving around to try to find our people. Number two, in a sense, we started making all type of inventions. You see. Number three, we started building up our own communities. We was already building our own houses and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And so then therefore, I had to believe that Dr. wrong, because see, if there was a slave traumatic experience and we're suffering from this, then there's no way that we could pick ourselves up. I know you've been around people who suffered trauma, but see, I can say, okay, well maybe 20 years after that was true. No. As soon as Black people got out of the damn out of slavery, they started learning how to read without even going to fucking school. How the hell are we gonna do that?
They just needed access to it, right?
They just said, I want to read, and they were reading. Get out of here!
Right.
Get out of here!
You.
Think about it.
I didn't know we were going to talk about that today, and I think this is great
But
because
today is today.
today is today.
So whatever comes up, we're gonna talk about it. Go ahead.
Well, Viral Drip in the chat says that we created while enslaved. I am there with you too because okay, hold on. Okay. Go to bed.
Maybe they want to be on camera. Let them be on camera. If are they decent?
No, he is all sorts of naked. He needs to go to bed.
Oh, well then okay. We don't want to see it. They want their mommy. They want their mommy. See, love
That's
is
okay.
a bitch.
We can do an hour show tonight if that's okay, and then I can go.
That'll be fine. We only got 19 more minutes, but go ahead. You were talking about the whole idea of slavery, and I said
right. So I was there before you started talking about right after being let off the chains, being able to just boom go straight into
starting their own towns, starting their own businesses.
Right.
Trying to get married and stuff.
Well, trying to unburden our.
Right.
Look, I'm so sick of Kamala using all of these things that aren't hers. I want some collard greens. Turn the page. It should be in the checkbook because we're doing the things. We're able to pay some bills or buy some things or whatever.
Come on now.
But I'm with Viral though. The meritorious manumission aspect of it all goes back to what we were talking about earlier.
But it wasn't that many people that got that.
No, right, because it was just this illusion of inclusion, right? If you do these things, we will give you some latitude, make my life easier, put your life on the line for mine. And then from there, well, we don't trust anybody now because we were fed this crock of shit that never paid out. We told that we had to work super hard to get some fairy tale existence later because it's not our turn right now. And then you've got people right now saying that the reason that we're in the shit that we're in right now is because we're on our long walk in the desert. Like this is.
But we created this. See, people. You said something that didn't exist back then. Back then, we had a sense of community. When I was growing up, I had a sense. When I grew up, I had a sense of community. But see, that's because of the fact that my mom had because it was 10 of us in the family. Then that meant that we knew the other kids and we knew their parents, and then the kids heard about our parents. So we had a community. What you have today is that there's not a lot of babies in many communities. Like out here where I live at now, I've seen the houses have passed over to different people. When I first moved out here, it was a lot of teenagers. It was only about 3 or 4 houses because my house was built, this one, because I wanted to give my wife a mansion. And so then
they built around your house and stuff.
Yeah. So it was I built I wanted to give her house. But she left me and stuff. So now I got her house. Her house.
Memories. That's what we have today.
It's memories, but if your man buy your house, that's your house.
Oh yeah, this is our house that he's.
Don't say that. That's a lie. Don't say that. Don't say that lie. Don't say it's our house. It's your house.
My house because I decorate it, right? My house because I make it warm. I mean, just today.
Whatever you want, he's gonna try to get it.
That's very true. We talked about that today too. Today is what matters, right? People talk about what coulda, shoulda, would have been. You got a lot of people who go back to a time that they might not have even been here for. But what are they doing about it now, right? So we were able to get off the chains. We were able to exist all the way to now for what? And I have to believe that there's a reason. It's
Yeah.
not just it's not just by chance.
See the reason. See the reason. The reason that I don't think, in a sense, I don't think that the so-called slave syndrome, the slave trauma syndrome exists, is because of the fact, in a sense, is that as foundational Black Americans, we weren't like people in the Caribbean. We weren't like slaves in South America. We were prisoners of war. The first slaves they made was Indians who was fighting the white man. And so when these Indians who were fighting the white man were enslaved, they became enslaved because they were fighting the white man.
Right.
Then you had, in a sense, they sent to the Americas about 300,000 adult Black Irishmen and 100,000 children, Black Irish. They sent them over here. But that was the ones they didn't exterminate. They didn't exterminate. So when those Black Irish came over here, they came over here as prisoners of war. So the first slaves were prisoners of war.
Mm-hmm.
The second slaves were prisoners of war. Then the sub-Saharan Africans, they captured their asses. Then they sold them over here, but they were prisoners of war. See, you had to understand, we have always been prisoners of war. Since we've been prisoners of war, the only thing we know is to fight. First thing your mama taught you.
There we go. That's
fight, if you don't fight, Eve, I'm gonna whoop your ass. You know.
I mean, that's the thing. Well, especially if you are a bystander, you can't bystand anything because it means that you're allowing it to happen. Don't let your brother or sister or cousin get into a fight and you didn't do anything about it. I'm so concerned with people's level of don't give a fuck, in 2024. And then, the Wallses that we started the show tonight, she's talking about turn the page and how, they're so neighborly. I want to say her state is George Floyd's state. And how neighborly of the state to have all these bystanders. I talk a lot of shit about what I witnessed with George Floyd, but there were too many people out there for them not to have come together as one to do something about it if they all felt like something was wrong. They
did do something.
They filmed it.
Yeah, and this is the problem, is that we won't accept critical race theory, and we won't accept the idea of racism. Critical racism is that white people hate you.
Right.
Number two, they want to kill you.
Right.
They want to kill you. And number three, they created a race. They created a race in which they're going to win. Since they hate you and want to kill you, then it was only natural for George Floyd to experience what he did. You see? That's
why you trust anybody. If people are going to bystand our demise to our detriment, why should you trust anybody?
But you trust. But we always trust everybody. We trust every damn body. We trust the people in
each other.
We trust everybody. You see, we trust everybody. Look. Some of the guys when I was growing up in the band, the guys in the band, they were screwing this girl, that girl, this girl. Those girls trusted them. They were liars. Those band guys. I played the damn French horn, and none of the girls thought I was they liked the drummers. They liked the drummers.
You did not play the was it the
I played the French horn. Yeah. I'm an odd Negro. I played the French horn. Yeah, I played the French horn in the band. But anyway, like I was saying, is that because the fact, in a sense, that she argues that we had a slave syndrome, trauma. We suffered from trauma during slavery. And I argue that I'll promote it, but I don't really believe it, because there's no way we could have done the wonderful things we did after we got out. After we stopped being slaves, we started our own businesses. We even took over cities like Charleston and made them in the economic centers.
Right.
How many?
I give you some latitude there. I just feel like at some point if the story of you're Toby now is true, then maybe it's just the aftermath. You don't really feel free. It's all an illusion. You're not really free, so you got to just get it all done, get it all out.
Right. That's what made us have to keep making all those beautiful institutions. So you got to remember, you and I, when we went to school, we only learned about three rebellions. Nat Turner,
Right. That's true. Gabriel
Prosser, and Vassar, whatever it is. And then there's one more.
Denmark Vesey.
Yeah, Denmark Vesey. So we learned those three. They taught you those three because those three were unsuccessful. But when you read Aptiker's book you find out we had 250 rebellions. You see, so if we had 250 rebellions, there was a constant rebellion, and so then therefore, because of the fact, in a sense, okay, just like there you are, Eve, with your beautiful self, you're on a plantation. You see, this white boy come along and say, "Oh, that damn Eve, boy, damn, she look good." Mr. Jones, I would like to have sex with Eve. And then, okay, you come in, and tonight I'll send, you can go to her hut. And then then he comes to your hut and you say, fuck you. I'll fuck you up.
Right.
I'll fuck you up. Well, can I spend the night? Yeah, you can spend the night, but you touch me, I swear I will fuck you up. I will put glass on you. I will do something to you. I'll whoop your ass. Go ahead and whoop me. But you go ahead and tell Massa that I didn't submit to you. Then Massa gonna think you a pussy. And so then therefore, in a sense, you're gonna sit your ass down and just be here. And if you want, you can go over there and go see Palm Misha but you're not touching me. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. See, the whole point is this, that because of the fact there was Black Irish over here, and because there was a lot of light-skinned Indians, they want to tell you that every damn light-skinned Black person they were raped.
Yeah, there you go.
Get out of here.
It's the illusion again. They've infiltrated our mental spaces,
right?
And then we've mental sided ourselves, right? Because we know better. We know that smallpox blankets was not some mastermind plan,
right? And it didn't kill us all.
Extermination, right?
Because remember, where did the white man get the inoculation for smallpox? They got it from who?
It's from a
Black person. Get out of here,
right?
Get out of here.
What's his name?
It may have worked on the Red Indians. It may have worked on the Red Indians down in Mexico, but it didn't work on the Black Indians up in North America. See, like I tell you, people don't. I try to teach real history. You see, people, in the sense, they say, Dr. Winters, where are you coming from? Just use your common sense. Use your common sense.
There you go.
See? Use your common sense. You know, how many people are going to keep trying to rape you if you keep fighting back? Hell, and you know, and you're a white man, you ain't gonna want to tell people that she didn't submit to you. Get out of here.
No, they want you to think that it's been, well, if you didn't submit, well, then I beat the shit out of you, and then you did submit, and then the buck breaking that we know happened didn't actually happen in the numbers that they portray, right?
Let me explain to you. See, you had to understand. See, you had to understand this. Okay. The American Revolution, it cut out the importation of slaves from Africa in 1808. 1808.
Okay.
Therefore, since they stopped the importation of slaves from Africa in 1808, then the vast majority of slaves that ended up in Alabama, Mississippi, and places like that, they were enslaved as a result of the interstate slave trade. And so because they came from an interstate slave trade, that's why a lot of Black people always, in a sense, can chart their ancestors back to North Carolina and Virginia.
Because that was the main ports into, yeah.
No. It wasn't the main ports. That was the only, remember they stopped.
Oh, this is the only place that they were able to
get slaves. Because see, remember in a sense, they stopped the Atlantic slave
Couldn't
trade.
get them from elsewhere. Even though, I mean, so many people have done the math on how many boats had to have come across the waters for there to have been this many of us from over there only, right?
Yeah.
And then even though they themselves have said, oh yeah, we came across some niggas who look like them niggas from over there, you know, we still don't get any room to.
They claim it was 200,000 that was transported. I can show documented evidence it was more than 200,000, but I'll stick with your 200,000. But see, here's the whole point. Here's your whole point. You see, most of us didn't come from Nigeria,
Right.
or Ghana, or Benin.
Right. That's what those main places is where they want us to go back to.
You came from.
Mhm.
Because see, most of the slaves over here came from Mozambique. Yes, Mozambique.
That's
some of
clear
them
on the other side of the continent.
right.
Right.
That's what because see, America specialized in getting in a sense young slaves and getting slaves from other sides of ports. They did bring some people in from West Africa, but that's why just like the other day, Tariq, they was telling you, yeah, Tariq was saying, damn, they keep showing that I'm from Mozambique. Yeah, they're gonna show your ass from Mozambique, nigga. What? If you get unless your ancestors came from Louisiana, you're not gonna find any Bantu blood in black people over here. We don't have Bantu blood because they didn't import Bantu slaves because they stopped the slave trade in 1808. That's why the majority of foundational black Americans are Aboriginal niggas.
Well, yeah, they would have had to have been prisoners of war from here in order for the numbers to make sense. I mean, like you said, common sense is going to help a lot of people make sense of what they've been lied to about, right?
And we went along with it. We went along with just like it was 250 slave rebellions. We know a lot of times when a sister got raped, they put glass in the master's food, glass in the master's wine. They burned the damn house down. Do you really? Open up your brain, open up your mind. No,
they're not going to write about that.
Because the fact that a lot of us was already light skinned, then that's it. Plus, during the interstate slave trade, which took place between 1808 and 1865, the average slave was sold at the age of 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
The average slave was sold at the age of 5 years old. That's why a lot of times a lot of us don't know too much about our ancestors. And the ones who always know about the ancestors is your auntie and your grandma. Because a lot of times auntie and grandma stayed on the plantation. Yes.
Whoa, very interesting.
Yeah. You know, I mean, it's just like, that's why, that's why a lot of times that's why a lot of times we have all these different names, Irish and English names in a sense. And a lot of times we didn't get them off our master's plantations. See, now if all of us was supposed to got them off the master's plantation, well, everybody on the plantation should have been named Winners, and the master should have been named Winners. But then you look at the damn slave rolls, and even if you look at the Indian rolls, you got English and Irish names. Get the hell out.
That part. I mean, Sally, Thomas Jefferson's slave, was not Sally Jefferson, right? She's Sally Hemings, right?
Whatever, yeah. And then some people say, well, it was some Hemings that owned them before. Get the hell out of here, nigga. Yeah. See, here's the whole point. See, this is it. See, Europeans, they like to teach all the light skinned niggas, everybody in my family, except for my mama. She was a damn Choctaw with that wild, dark butt. And even on my grandma's side, there's all light skin and stuff, very super light skin. And so then because they were light skinned, not mulattoes, because mulattoes was really Indian and white mix. Then later became black and white mix. Okay, so got all these light-skinned people. It didn't all come from Europeans raping your auntie or Europeans raping your grandma. Yeah, you might have a grandmother say, yeah, Massa raped my ass. But you ask them long enough, but I fucked them up later. But see, they don't ever tell that stuff. Get out of here. Come on.
I mean, if the name of the game is confusion, right? Like Mr. Fuller teaches us, then anything and everything should be taken with a grain of salt. I mean, anything and everything.
See, if the white man was so tough, so bad, why is it that it was always that crazy nigga who had a shotgun and they didn't mess with him? Get out. Come on now. If the white man is so bad, why do you always have to come and get you at 3 a.m. in the morning and it be a gang of them and they creep up against this little old and they grab everybody? Get out.
Right.
Yeah, don't tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. See, tell me the truth. Don't tell me no lie.
Well, especially if we are the keepers of history. Doravelle says we don't have or Doravelle didn't say who, but no.
He said we didn't have no memory of history. Doravelle, I'm sorry to say that you're wrong. Our aunties and grandmas. I mean, who told your ass you was an Indian? It wasn't mom. It wasn't in a sense my mom and them. My mama would bring it up. Where you get that from, mama? Grandma. I don't know where you get it from. From my grandma.
Right.
I don't know where you get it from. My auntie told me. Get the hell out of here, nigga. Nigga, what? Shit, the most wonderful person on the planet Earth, and the person that the white man hate the worst is the black woman, because it's the black women who were our griots. They were our jolies. Jolies, and that's our Mandingo words. That meant oral traditionalists.
Right.
People in a sense who kept the history. See, so auntie was our jolies, Yeah, we all had that drunk auntie talk a lot of crazy ish, but then she was always usually telling the truth. She told on your mama too. Oh, mama did that? Yeah, boy. Yeah. I'm not gonna tell mama that y'all told me that.
Ooh. That's good. They told us that we have an oral tradition, period.
Right.
And that's why everything should be given a fine-tooth comb at this point, because it's not that it's completely false. It's just out of context, right?
See, that's the whole. I'm just talking to you, Eve. You see, they always say that black people have an oral tradition. But the only problem with that is that they kept records on the plantation. Sometimes the records was kept by the Negroes. And the Negroes would write down the names of the people on the plantation. And so then you find that foundational black Americans are the only black people on the planet Earth to have birth certificates. And not only have birth certificates, but they got birth certificates. And you know what? They can go back on the plantation and find where they great grandparents were, because their name was put on the damn sheet of paper. Well, damn literate people, get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Stop. Mr. Grew.
So many lies.
Mr. Grew, you and your slave syndrome is good, but it's not true. If niggas would have been that damn traumatized, we wouldn't have been such a success after slavery, baby.
You've made a believer out of me tonight, because I couldn't make the math. It has to be because they're accepting or going back to a time that they haven't experienced themselves. It's just one of those synapses, as you said. But if you weren't here to make the memory, then how do you have anything of it? You shouldn't have anything of it.
But see, that's the whole point, is that we got memories of the terror. We got memories of the pain. Remember, when you went to a plantation back in the day, they usually had a brother head hanging at. As soon as you went to the plantation, They had a brother's head on a spike rotting, or they had a black person's head hanging from a tree. So as you come, they had the gate over the thing.
Right.
Merrill, they had a nigger head that was rotting. So it was a lot of terror on the plantation. But even though there was a lot of terror on the plantation, yes, even though they mistreated us, even though they beat a lot of us really bad, but they still had to be careful. That's why a lot of times they might have the Negro driver do the whipping, and even the Negro driver had to learn how to play the game. But then at the same time, you had no way black people could have been so successful if we was all traumatized doing slavery. Think about it. These people are starting businesses. Look what they did to Charleston. White man wanted to run up, was trying to run the niggas out of town. And they had made the businesses. They made the streets. Remember, when we came out of slavery, we were the carpenters. We were the damn iron workers. We had all the damn trades. That's why they started unions.
Right. Well, yeah, to keep us out. But you better thank a union member.
Better thank a union. That's what she said.
Original racism at work.
Kamala, that's why I don't support your ass.
She steals everything and doesn't even know how tone deaf she is about it.
She don't know our history.
Because she's not like us, y'all. She's
not like us. She's not like us. I'm not going to tell a lie. I'm a union man. I was in the. I was
too. The teacher union but I believe that was because I was fed some bullshit. I also took my membership away before I stopped teaching in the public school system. I said, nah, get me off the shit. And they were like, wait a minute, are you sure? And especially you like to talk a lot of shit. Are you sure you don't need some protection?
Yeah.
And I said that y'all didn't protect me when I said some shit last time. And I
don't
know what my dues are paying for, except for a little t-shirt. Like, I get a
you gotta
t-shirt.
have your red. You gotta have your union shirt, whatever color is your union. Ours is red.
Man, they can keep the t-shirt. They can keep all of this merch that teachers love. The little merch, the cup. Now this is the coolest piece of merch that I've ever received as a teacher, and this was the most thoughtful gift, I think. And it wasn't like they had to plaster the name of the school on it. And I know that it's not something that was made originally or specifically for me, but it was for me specifically, and not just I'm not a number.
Teacher Appreciation Day. They send you a little certificate. We like you as a teacher. Where's mine? You forgot mine, Prince. Pope. No, but family, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. I am a union person. It's because of the fact that we had unions, that we freed South Africa. Yes, we freed South Africa. Back in the 1980s, we started forcing our union to withdraw, to force we started forcing people, our unions, not to support any South African businesses. And we freed the South Africans. And instead of South Africans saying, thank you, foundational Negroes, they going over there trying to help the Palestinians and saying, we ain't done nothing from you. Get the hell out of here. Mozambicans, Angolans, when we were supporting your ass when y'all broke away from Portugal. See, the whole point is that then they say black people haven't done nothing. We did do the Pan-Africanist thing. We freed South Africa. You see, we freed South Africa. It wasn't no damn Palestinians. We freed them because we had the money. We got the money. It's still more money in the black community of Chicago than the whole damn wealth of fucking Nigeria. Get the hell out of here, nigga.
Oh, they don't like you. I know they don't like you.
They were talking about it today. They worth $200 billion. What is $200 billion?
That's it?
Black
the
people,
whole country?
Yeah, the whole country. $200 billion. I think they said that black people in this country are worth $3 trillion or something like that.
I'm saying $200 billion. That's how much Oprah has.
I know. Herself. Yeah. No, that's billion. That's billion. 200 billion. Oprah got about maybe 200 or 300 million. But just put the income. I mean, even the people, Just like now, a lot of white people, they're so stupid. White people still think most black people on aid and getting food stamps. No, I'm sorry to say
But
we're
no,
not.
that's them. They're
Yeah.
they're the ones
Yeah.
at the welfare office and
Yeah.
the food stamp office. It's so strange to me to be. You go to the grocery store during specific times of the month, and you'll see it. You can
Yeah.
see it with your own
Yeah,
eyes.
they pull out that card.
They pull out that card,
Yeah.
and you're like, "Shit, that's how
Where my card?
their cards are full."
Where my card at? I got to pull out my
Visa?
some cash.
You're
Or
gonna
a
pull
credit
out
card.
MasterCard.
Yeah, I got to pull out some type of card, you know. But they pull out their little food stamp card. Ooh.
Yeah, they pull out the
Now,
food stamp
They
card.
do.
I'm
They
sorry. The fact
they-
that people who are not from here. Earlier this week, I did a little a deep dive on the migrant crisis and how they really are just getting tangibles, just straight tangibles,
yeah.
and they don't have to work for it. And today, when our minis turn 18, they have to establish credit if they haven't already established credit before they can do things. And
A lot of times they mom and already established credit for 'em.
what I'm saying, right? So then you've got the bad
They don't do
credit
it so much.
moms out here, but you could, do the right thing, get them ready for the game that they're about to participate in forcefully at that. Because nobody really says that they want to do what it is that we're doing as much as they want to benefit. They want they want the end result. And then we've been fighting and working the whole time.
Yeah. Let's look at some of the people in the chat. Viral Drip said, "You had worked hard to make the plantation owner happy. Maybe he won't split up the family or beat you." Hella motivating factor. Yeah, kind of. But usually in a sense, it's just like when you're in school. Remember, you could be that nice kid, but eventually that teacher, even if it's a black teacher, get around and making an example of your ass. No, it didn't work on the plantation. No, it didn't work. All the way, Free said, Viral Drip 1. A lot of ignorant slave drivers couldn't even keep the records. That's why they did the enslavement. Maybe true, but a lot of time you're right. A lot of the damn records was kept by slaves. There's records on a couple of plantations written by the Muslim slaves in Arabic. Because in the Arabic script, a lot of they had because they didn't know, the white man didn't know how to read or write.
Right. The original illiterates was Jim Bob and Earl Joe and
look how
people.
And look how after slavery, black people just started learning how to read and I mean the literacy rate just went up in the air. That's why today when they say black kids can't learn, that's a damn lie. I remember when I was teaching, I was thinking today, and I was talking to one of my sons just, and I said, I guess it is a shame. I knew a lot of those teachers, a lot of my colleagues were not doing their best, and they were black teachers who grew up in the projects, and I didn't even try to tell them. I didn't try to expose them, and I should be ashamed of myself. I tried to be a good teacher and teach, but it was a lot of my colleagues, they wasn't teaching those kids ish, and they wasn't.
No, I mean they just there collecting a paycheck,
and they knew they could get away by saying, "Oh, black kids don't want to learn anyway."
Right.
And they knew they could get away with that. They knew they could get away with that. And I hate to say that today. I hate to say that. I hate to say that. But I couldn't live like that. I couldn't live like that. I wanted, every one of my students, I saw them as my kids, my daughter, my son. And that's just the way it is. That's how I felt. Those are my kids. I wanted them to learn how to be successful. When I taught 6th grade and 8th grade, I wanted to teach my kids to kick ass. Mr. Winters, will you stop saying that? You just with the kids. I said, no, Miss Jones. We want our kids to kick. We used to have an honor society, and every year we would go downstate and beat all the white kids. Yes, our students would beat the white kids because they were in an honor society. We go down and kick their ass. And I said, we want to go kick ass. That's what it is. you shouldn't say that in front of the kids. I didn't say it in front of the kids. Kids, I didn't say that, did I?
No, you
Yeah.
didn't say it.
Yeah, Mr. Witness, you did say that. I didn't say that. Well, I said if you tell them, say I didn't, so it don't matter. I don't know. You know, but that's just the way it is. And that's the way I feel. I even feel today. I feel today is that I want us, just like me and you, we're here tonight. I want us to kick ass. Today is the day. Today is the day. Today is the day. See, and while these people, in a sense, you know, it's just sad, you know. And like Karen Vincent said, some teachers just want to get paid. Yeah, everybody want to get paid. I couldn't wait till I got my salary on whenever I got my salary, we go into the McDonald's that day and eat some food that's gonna kill us. And my baby doll, take her out to my baby doll and my daughter. They always wanted to go to different restaurants. So I had to take her to a restaurant somewhere. I don't know where the hell. No, I want to go to the buffet. That's why I hate it.
Buffet.
I hate it. I hate it in a sense, the pandemic, because now you cannot find any buffets. My wife would be so happy today. But my wife and daughter, if it's a new restaurant, they gotta go. They gotta go. I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied going to damn country buffet or some other place. I'm sorry.
Country buffet, please.
It's gone now.
I'm thinking
You're probably like my son. My son used to say the food. Yeah, Golden Corral. My son would say, but Pop, sometimes they let the food get all mixed up and shit. I said, damn, nigga, what? I don't care.
No, I think the only buffet Golden Corral, I have done it. Don't know that I do it, but
whenever I had a chance, I do it, and I done it.
Done it, loved it.
But when I go to Vegas, I like to go to Bellagio's buffet, and they have I love their buffet. It costs maybe about $50-$60 for one person. Yeah, for one person. But I got to go there at least twice. You know. And then the thing is that it's just fun, you know. Like I like to when we go to Vegas, I like to take my kids. Take them out and we have a steak dinner, and I'll pay for it at least one, you know, not all. At least
one child per
no,
dinner.
all of them. I'll pay them. I'll pay it all because let's see, you know, because it's only maybe like my oldest son, only him and his wife come, and then my third son. My third son, when he come, okay, he may bring his wife and kids. So that's only about 5 people. We go and have a steak dinner and stuff. That's right, because I mean, damn, it's you want to have fun. You want to have fun, and that's the whole point is that love is not forever. I mean, damn. I mean, see. Some people think that love is just having good sex. No. Love is being able to go out to dinner. Love is sometimes being able to get your family together and y'all sit around the table and eat dinner or eat lunch. And then people used to always say about my wife, they say, y'all the Brady Bunch and shit. Because y'all always eat around. My wife used to always want us to eat when they got. One wasn't going to be there because they was going to be going to do this. They were working or something like that. But it's good but even today, I want my kids to sometime come, and they get mad at me maybe, because I'll be saying, "Damn, y'all could come," because see, I still feel that having dinner with your kids, you know, y'all can communicate, you can talk, you can relax, you know, in between belch. But anyway, you can still talk. But I don't know. I didn't really appreciate the fact when I was younger. I didn't appreciate the fact that my wife liked to have babies, you know. I just took for granted, oh yeah, she loved that. She was the only child. And you know, she's the only child. And so I took it for granted that I was going to have babies. So I never saw myself without children because I came from a family of 10, so I just naturally. But see, now Now I say, oh damn, my baby doll did me a favor. You know, I got some people. I got at least some people who say they love me. I think they love me. I don't know. You know,
Some people who are supposed to, you know, they
well, they say it.
be here without me, right?
That's what they said. They call me every now and then. They don't call me motherfucker, and they don't say you bastard, you bitch. We can talk and we can have good conversations. I mean, damn, you know. See, fellas out there, you just don't know. If your woman will have children for you, you're a very lucky man. You're a very lucky man, because when your woman can have children for you, those are for you, and you don't know until later how good it is that your woman left you some kids. You don't even see it yet.
Interesting.
You just see some hungry mouths. You just see some people like when they had the little birds and those cartoons, they had a bird and then mama got to put a bird in this mouth and that mouth. That's what we see at first, and then over. You got people. You got some ready-made people that may talk to you. You got some ready-made people that may have dinner with you or lunch or whatever. I mean, damn, it's good. It's good, because some people they don't have nobody to eat with. They don't have nobody to talk to. They don't have nobody to be around them. God bless your woman, baby. God bless your woman, baby.
Amen to that.
Yep.
No, I think that's great, because it is our legacy, you know, that makes it all worth it. You know, at the end of the day, at the end of today, at the end of all the days, because, well, if you were blessed enough to create something that's gonna or supposed to extend past your expiration, right? We're not supposed to. Our children are not supposed to die before us, right?
They're not supposed to.
But then, you know, sometimes life lives. But well, I think that if they're here as an extension of us, then, you know, it is all about how we treat them in the beginning, and then how they treat us at the end. You know, people get stuck in a nursing home because they were shitty parents.
Right. Well, I wouldn't be mad at my kids if they put me in a nursing home.
But that would be, I mean, right now you got control over your cognitive abilities.
Right,
I just saw this video. Jimmy Carter, right? That's the guy's name, the president. They wheeled his ass out in the hospice bed to vote for Kamala. Looked like goddamn elder abuse.
He got to vote, because you see, we don't really get it. We don't really get it. You know, I'll never forget when I was learning to be a teacher, and they said my cooperating teacher said, my cooperating teacher, he was from Kentucky, and so he wanted to fail me. He wanted to fail me in student teaching, because he said I said you know too much, and so he said that I want to fail him because he say you know too much, and then my advisor said, you're not going to fail winners over no bullshit like that. You can write down that he say you know too much.
Right, but that doesn't constitute failing at all.
Yeah.
In any capacity.
Yeah, but see, he wanted to fail me because he was from Kentucky and I was black. And he made us go down. He took his class down to Kentucky, my cooperating teacher. Boy, I had never seen people living in shacks and people living in shanty towns. Oh, yes, because he went down to Kentucky to help some people. I said, damn, these people living like this, you know. And I said, wow, you know, we wasn't living like that, even though we might have lived in tenements. And it may have been.
You talking about this color people, right?
Yeah, white people, Kentucky back in the 70s. Boy, it was messed up. You know, if you notice, ain't no black people hardly in Kentucky, Virginia, West Virginia. Not no people in Kentucky, West Virginia, and some of the other border states. Them black people, boy, once it started opening up that you could go to college, they left Kentucky.
They said,
and West Virginia. They said, I'm out of here. You know, because see, it was just it was pitiful. I never seen people like that. I never seen people. Black people didn't live like that. You know, I
No,
never
no,
seen
we
people
were
that-
hanging from trees in suits. You
Yeah.
know, we were
And
very
we-
tailored, even
and
though
we-
we
and
didn't
we
have
even-
anything.
and we even committed suicide in suits with our hands tied behind our back.
I'm
Even to
saying
this
it's
day.
just so strange how we can
Yeah.
get ourselves up there
It-
with our hands tied,
It's
bound
sad.
and gagged.
It is very sad that that even to this day, and I'm telling you, family, we're going to be doing this till the day you die or I die, unless it's a giant earthquake. Is that these people are still going to come at us, and these people, if they catch us by ourselves, we're lucky. We're lucky if we're not hung up, strung up, raped, killed, or whatever. And that's the whole point. Because the thing is that it's very difficult. You see, you know, they had a map. They had a map of what do you call those shutdown towns or
The sundown towns,
yeah,
right?
sundown towns. And they showed them all in the Midwest, especially in Illinois. I said they're right. Outside Chicago, outside of the southern suburbs, baby. When you go down south, my first day in Urbana-Champaign. I was standing outside my residence home, and then these people wrote, "Nigga." I said, "What?" "Nigga." You know.
Drive by. The nigga drive by.
Yeah, but you know, back in the 90s, when you would be on going to what was called Ford City, you know, you couldn't go down 70. See, Ford City is right on 79th and Cicero, but you couldn't ride the 79th Street bus for years. You had to go up to 87th, 95th, or 63rd, because if you came down there, those white people, they would attack you on the bus or whatever. And this is up to about at least 80.
But that's because of the numbers. You go in there with numbers, then they're not going to touch you.
Yeah,
Go in there by
but if you're on the
yourself.
bus, it might just be about 4 or 5 of y'all on the bus, and they would come and mess with you on the bus and stuff. It was
Oh,
a
yeah.
trip. But like I said, that's the beauty of Chicago. I knew exactly where I was. You know, I knew I was black, they was white, and that's the beauty of it. See,
Yeah.
that's the beauty of it. You know, and as I was saying, because of the fact that we came over here, we always had that fighting spirit because war has always been the number one thing that we were engaged in. But I'm not going to keep you tonight. You know, did you want to end today? Did you want to give a final comment for today?
Today, make it be the day that you.
Come on now, you get it sounding good so far.
No, I just I always just want us to ask questions, right? I don't want us to be confused. I don't like the stereotype that if you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book. I hate
That's
that.
a lie.
Freaking hate that. Can today be the day we turn the page on that? Can that be the day we can that be
I love
today?
it. I love it. Family, today we're going to turn the page.
Turn the page.
We're going to turn the page. We're going to open up the books, and we're going to stop this whole idea of allowing these people to tell you that we're not illiterate people. We are literate.
Right.
You know, our literacy goes back 10,000 years.
That
At the slavery, they didn't allow black people to learn to read, but millions of us started reading. And a lot of us didn't even go to school to learn how to read.
Right.
We just
Right.
taught ourselves how to read.
Boom. Got it.
Now you think about this. How the hell can you teach yourself how to read?
Because you've been exposed to it. That's so I don't want to get started on a whole nother thing, but
It's metaphysical.
it has to be because I've watched all 5 of our minis learn how to read differently. They
Yeah.
all have different ways of how they
Yeah.
got there on their own. And then you give them some tools and how they can get there.
Right. Like all my
Faster,
kids, I made them in a sense. I loved comic books. So I made them start with comic books. So all my kids used to have really good collections of comic books and stuff. And then because I felt if they learn to read a comic book, then they're going to want to know what's going to happen in the next
You're gonna
edition.
want to know what happens next. Yeah,
In
I
the
like
next
that.
edition,
I
yes.
like that too.
I was very subliminal and trying in a sense to get my kids to do shit. They don't even know. They didn't even know I was using so much psychology on their asses.
The
You know.
programming of parenting. That
Yeah.
is, that's our next show. Don't forget it. Programming of parenting. Y'all make sure that we talk about that next time.
I wish I had a pencil to write it down. But anyway,
I'm gonna
family,
send it to you. I'm gonna send it to you.
okay. But anyway, family, you guys have a great evening. Thank you for coming. And the thing is just remember is that if you do not, in a sense, if you cannot take the time in a sense to really speak up, support the ones who do. Yes, support the ones who do.
If you're not going to speak up, support the ones who do. If you're not going to speak up, support the ones who do. If you're not going to speak up, support the ones who do. If you're not going to speak up, support the ones who do. Vampires, they prey on your fears and stay away. Vampires, they prey on your fears, control your honest fear. Don't let them take your energy. Control your honest fear. I am you. Control your honest fear. Don't let them suck your energy. It's a distraction away from me. I am you and you are me. If you're not going to speak up, support the ones who do. If you're not going to speak up, support the ones who do. If you're not going to speak up, support the ones who do. If you're not going to speak up, support the ones who do. Nobody but yourself. Don't follow. I said nobody but yourself. Don't follow. Nobody but yourself. Don't follow yourself. Nobody yourself. Nobody but yourself.
Free your mind, let it let go. To the top, drop it to the floor. Take energy, coming like whoa. Spring water, let it let go. Free your mind, let it let go. Tap in, go, let it nigga know. Hey, let it nigga know. Let it nigga know. Energy, coming like whoa. Spring water, let it let go. Free your mind, let it let go. To the top, drop it to the floor. Energy, coming like whoa. Tap in, go, let it nigga know. Hey. She told me go and put it in her heart. I told her I don't wanna break it all apart. Let me be a night light in the dark. Hey, my niggas shine bright with the art. Gemini 2-time, know what's up. Got the stars on the line with the charts. Big dog, so I gotta leave a mark. Free your mind, cause I'm all that smart. Hey, energy, got my light walk. Spring water, how did that grow? Free your mind, let it let go. To the top, drop it to the floor. Hey, energy, got my light walk. Spring water, how did that grow? Free your mind, let it let go. Tap in, go, let it nigga know. Hey, let it nigga know.
Time traveling above, go far and above. Can you remember from above? Knowledge given in a book, benefit from the book. Create a movie from above. Just don't forget to give thanks to the author of the book. Thanks.
thing that can save you is B1, B1, B1. To fight Cage, you must stay black first.